It's the most wonderful time of the year. No, not Christmas, everybody. It's ELF playoff time. We are about 24 hours away from our first playoff games of the 2025 season. Welcome in to our Friday show of ELF Live. I'm Nick Alfieri, one of your co-hosts here. Of course, as always, with our resident expert, my buddy, co-host, Matt Bressington. What's going on, Matt?
I'm not too bad. How are you? I've done a bit of a Britney and I've shaved my head before the playoffs, so maybe we'll have a little bit of a playoff tradition now that we've done this. So, I've just jumped in the deep end, ready for the season.
There you go. You're like the opposite of the guys that grow off playoff mustaches. You just shave your head before
because
playoffs.
I can't grow a beard, so I have to do something drastic up top because I can't grow a beard.
There you go. Now's the time for drastic stuff. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Karen, Aiden, Laura, Spike Porter. Spike, we were just talking about. You've got a great name, a linebacker name. If you were in the you'll be on the ELF all name team right here. Karen says it's Wildcard Weekend. Everybody, we're connected on all the platforms. Okay, so put your comments in the chat. You know the deal. It's an interactive show. And I got to tell you what, we got a great show for you today. We've got a special interview with an absolute baller from the ELF. Unfortunately, not in the playoffs, but this man played fantastically all year, and we're going to talk to him in just a couple of minutes. And then, of course, we have got to do the Euronics question of the week, and then the fantasy football winners. A couple of you guys going away with some prizes, and one of you with the big prize, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But, of course, we'll also preview the games, talk about all that, and get your guys' opinions as well. Matt, what do you think, man? How you feeling? You ready? Should we bring in our first guest?
I think we've got to lead the way.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, virtually, of course, for the man himself of the Fehérvár Enthroners, superstar wide receiver, Jon Cole. Jon, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here, and just thank God for the opportunity and watching this show every Friday and every weekend. So it's an honor to be on the show.
It's an honor. It's an honor to have you on the show with us here, guys. So everyone in the chat, if you have any questions for Jon, feel free to put them in there. If they're good enough questions, we will ask him them. First of all, Jon, here's my kind of big question. We're going to get your take on the playoffs and the games because you played against a good handful of these teams in the playoffs. But one thing that really interests me this year is you guys, obviously, with the Enthroners, just won one game. But it seemed like you guys – you were constantly improving the entire year. So if you look at your guys' schedule, every time you played against a team for the second time, you played them better, you played them closer, and even beating Berlin. And you're looking back to the last game of the season, you guys played Stuttgart quite well. What was it about this team where you guys were able to, through all this adversity, continue to improve? I found that really impressive.
First off, it starts with the guys and the coaches. When they made the new change, that players started to believe in each other, and it started in practice. The practice got more competitive. We had to push guys and make them believe, because when you start off the season, as the Enthroners did, it's kind of rough to believe in the second half of the season. So each week was a new week, taking one step at a time, 1 week at a time, and just from my perspective, just do whatever it takes to motivate the team, to give them hope and a reason to keep running and to know that they can get better. And we can't compete with the teams. It's just you have to be structured and more organized and do the little things, not just do the same things that got you to the position.
Yeah, makes sense, man. And how was the vibe of the team? Did you ever feel, did you guys dip down and get discouraged, or did the vibe feel like it was constantly improving?
Constantly improving, but at times it was little moments where you is this what it is? And then you have to shake out of it and make yourself believe and push yourself harder and harder, because the teams we were playing is not just easy teams, not just pushovers. It's real gritty teams that you have to come with your best foot forward every time.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you guys played some tough teams. Matt, as Maxie says in the chat, you're looking like prime Beckham right now. You got a question for
Maxie. So I was about to say, you just brought up about the teams you played. You got 6 100-yard gains, including Surge twice, Vienna, and then also Madrid and Prague as well. Is there any of these 100-yard gains that stand out to you as a player, the more memorable ones?
No, because to me, after a game, it feels like I don't have 100 yards or 100+ yards. It's just we didn't get the win, so it's like but some games I couldn't pick one. It's just every game is just like whatever it takes to be out there, compete, just put team in good position. But I will say like a little bit of the Surge because their defense is like super hard. I'm not gonna lie. And then playing with them in Munich last year, I had like a preview. So it's just like if you can make plays, then you can make them. If not, then you just have to live for the next down. So maybe Surge, and then against Vienna too, because they're such a strong defense. Like everybody's flying around, everybody's in sync, so it's hard to make even the smallest plays.
I was thinking that 2-point, that weird fumble that went back like 20 yards and the walk round. That was the one that stands out to me. I don't even know if that counts. It was a Russian touchdown, or I don't know what it counted as, but it was.
You have to have a new category.
John, how did you on that play? How did you even end up there? Like you were out wide. How did you even end up there?
I was in slot, and then right before I was like uncovered, and I was trying to tell the QB like, just throw it to me now, throw it now. And then he's like, nah, QB sneak, and I'm like, okay, let's see how it works. And then I seen him dive, and I'm like, and then the ball just like flies out, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting the ball. Like I'm not diving on the ground. I'm picking it up, and when I picked it up, I'm like, oh, I can score because it's nobody around. And I turn the corner, and I'm like, it's touchdown. Because I see like a 6'7" guy. I'm like, nah, he can't get me. And then the next guy, I'm like, yeah, touchdown. But that was crazy.
That was awesome. I love that play. We got Karen Hogg is a big Munich fan. She's always in the chat here. She says, we miss you in Munich. Multiple people are saying that. She does ask, anything you took with you from your year in Munich last year? Anything that stands out?
I actually took a lot from Coach Kendra and the coaching staff, just what it takes to like be a team player, what it is to be vocal as like American import, and the importance to like really train hard and like push for the guys around you. And then like just how Munich is as a team to like build that camaraderie and chemistry, and just know like you need to push deeper and that you can like go further if you have the team with each other. So I took a lot from them, and shout out to Munich and all the fans out there. I miss them a lot, and it was a great experience. And I did learn a lot from the organization and like the players in there. So it was thankful for them.
Yeah, man, they miss you, man, and rightfully so. Our director Maxie says, "How's your Hungarian?"
Nim.
There you go.
Once more than Hungarian than I know.
That's all you need, bro. That's all you need. Matt, you got another question for John?
Yes. Talk to me about that Berlin game. Because it's back and forth. You guys had the lead. Defense kind of lets it up a little bit in the second half. They come back. And then just that whole drive was like nail buy-in. It goes all the way up. Then you have a 2-point conversion you have to make. And there's a flag in the 2-point conversion. Then you make the 2-point conversion. And it's a field goal. What was the emotional, I guess, feeling throughout that whole game? Because that was a crazy back and forth.
Well, that game was tricky because it was super hot. And then the first half I had to go in because I was like throwing up and like dehydrated, I guess. I had to get an IV and miss like basically the first half. And then the second half felt like a new person. The team believed like we're right there. And then it got tricky a little bit when they made those 2 back-to-back Russian TDs. Mm-hmm. And then like you can see the team like looked at each other like not again. And then I'm like, nah, the game's not over till it's 0-0-0. Like, no, like we came too far and we have a chance to be in it. So when we took the field, it's just like one play at a drive, one step at a time. And then I call him number 14. I call him Da Vinci because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I call him Da Vinci. He stepped up, made some key plays. Brett made some key plays. Everybody just did their little part just to drive down the field. And then, of course, we shout out to the refs giving us a couple, PIs.
Shout out to the refs.
We would never see a player shout out a ref before.
And then just believing and really like pushing, like you have to go past a certain moment because those games are like what you live for, dream for. And then when you keep pushing, we got that first touchdown, then you're like, oh, we believe. You get the 2-point conversion, you're like, oh, this is real. And then defense does what they have to do. And then go into overtime. Everybody's tired. It's like 28 degrees. Everybody's just done. Defense makes a beautiful stop, and then we get out there. kind of play it safe just so our field goal kicker can just nail it in. And then shout out to Cameron and just game.
There you go, man. That's it. That had to feel pretty damn good. So,
Yes.
John, we got people. We got to talk about the games this weekend. Okay, let's start off here with the game tomorrow. We're about 24 hours away, maybe 26 hours away from the Madrid Bravos Stuttgart Surge game. And you have an interesting perspective because you played against both of these teams. Can you talk to us a little bit about these two teams and I guess specifically their defenses? And then we are going to make you do a prediction. Okay. What do you think? What are these two teams good at?
First, I'll start off with Surge because it's just fresh on my mind. We just played them. I just think their defensive coordinator, how he knows in and out where you need to be, where you're going to be, how you need to be there, and all their players are in sync. Number 24, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's a real good baller and like studies the game very well. And
Mitch
then
Fehérvár.
yes, he's nice. He's nice. And he's a very sound guy. And then their defense is just relentless. Like you slip up, they're going to be right there where you need to be. And they're just always like a step ahead in a way, if that makes sense. And then they know what it takes to win games from a defense perspective or keep fighting and be there. And then Madrid, I just think they're like kind of unexpected on defense. Like they have guys who are really ballers, especially like homegrown guys. And then they have a good safety and corner that complements each other. And they're just like fighty guys who believe in their team. And that goes a long way because they all believe they deserve to be in the playoffs and they are super good. And then the homegrown guys are really like they're there and they're making themselves a big impact on the team.
Okay, so there we have it. We got kind of like you talked about the Surge defense there, and then also we know, of course, about the high-powered offense of the Madrid Bravos. If you had to choose, John, who's going to come away with a win tomorrow?
It's tough. It's either like I'm picking Surge defense or I'm picking Madrid's offense. And as an offensive guy, I'm going with the hot hand, and because it's hot right now in Madrid, they're letting it fly. So I'm gonna say Madrid just because the offense is hot and it's a new face in there. So maybe hungry and
Hey, there we go. John going with the Madrid Bravos. Maxie, do you want us to do our predictions right now also, Maxie? This is our director I'm talking to. I'm sorry for everybody who's confused. Type it in the thing, Maxie. Okay. All right, we're gonna do okay, yeah, we'll do it with John. We'll do it with John. All right. So John's going with the Madrid Bravos, going with the hot offense. Okay. Matt Bressington, talk to me. Who you thinking?
There's a lot going on. Of course, talk about Fettig. There's a ton of players in the Surge defense who are crazy good. They've been resting a lot of offensive players. And Nick, I think that's a problem. I think they're going to come out cold. Madrid never come out cold, and I think Madrid are going to take the win. I think it's going to be a shootout, don't get me wrong, but I'm going with John on this one. I think Madrid are going to win.
Ooh, two boys going with the hot Madrid Bravos. And look, you guys know I've been cleansed of my Stuttgart Search bias. I no longer am associated with the team, so I'm perfectly biased or perfectly unbiased.
Yeah, we go. That's two emotions coming out there at the end.
I'm an objective commentator, the same way Matt is about the Prague Lions, right, Matt?
Fair point. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, I see.
I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be an electric, awesome, fun game. That's that Madrid offense versus that Surge defense. That's what I'm really excited to see. I do have faith in those Surge D coordinators, Brenner and Pastorino, and some of my boys, Mitch Fehérvár, who you talked about there, John. I think it's going to be an awesome showdown. I think the Surge, that home field advantage, is going to play into advantage for them, and they are going to walk away with the W. But I think it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be loud, and it's going to be a fun one to watch. So there we go. You guys keep teaming up on me, 2-1. All right, I'll take it. Chat, let us know who you have. Madrid or Surge.
If we're going over under, what are guys saying for scoreline? I'm thinking over 68.
100. Yeah, I mean bro. I'm going over because it might be like a 40-35 type game.
That's what I'm thinking too, right? Like these two teams, they know how to score.
John, what was the vibe of those? Did you get any vibe from those two teams? Like anything specific? Did either team feel extra confident or anything that you took away from either of those teams?
I know Surge always comes in super confident in any game, and I know they come out just to oppose their will and dominate. And then also Madrid came out with a lot of fire, just like they want to be there. And then, but I'll still say Surge is just always consistent. Like they want to play, they come to play and ready to play.
Either of those teams talk any shit? One of them talking a little more shit than the other?
Surge, little players, the secondary talks good, but they're still chill guys. And then Madrid, not too much really. They're just locked in and playing. So
just locked in. All right, there we go. So you guys both going Madrid in the chat. We've got Marcus says Surge, of course. There we go. Spike Porter says defense wins championships. So there we go. Mike Mathis does say Big Jon Cole in the house. All right, let's move on to our second game here. Okay, John, you didn't play against these teams, but obviously as a player in the league, you got a very sharp perspective here. The Rhine Fire at the Nordic Storm. This one's interesting, man, because these two teams traded. They traded wins here. What are your thoughts on it, John?
This is tough. This is tough because I know like Chad and Jadrian played against each other like in the Austrian league coming up. So this is a rival between them kind of. So this is tough. This is tough because it's two great teams and Rhine Fire is like on fire right now coming in, and Nordic is like good, but people keep sleeping on them, but they're still consistent and have a strong offense and a pretty good defense too. But if I had to pick, I'm going with my guy Chad Jeffries because I know him, Chadwick, and I just want to see him win and get his flowers and stuff like that. So I'm rooting for Rhine Fire and Chad Jeffries.
Okay, there we go. Hey, Matt, we're not allowed to give our predictions yet. We're going to do that on the next interview here. So, but John, you're going with the Rhine Fire. John, before we let you go, man, do you want to extrapolate out? Who do you think's going to take home the whole championship? Do you have a thought on that? I mean, that's tough. You got Munich and you got Vienna also with the buys. You played against Vienna. Are they the team, dude?
They're a good team. I'm not gonna lie. They're in sync. Believe they know what it takes. The group of guys all believe they should go to the playoffs, and they have a good staff behind them. So it was a pretty gritty game and pretty tough game. But I'm rooting for Munich. I just want them to win just because I've been there and I like the guys there. Coach Kendrill, Sean Shelton, Coach Kyle, all those guys, like they're pushing and believing. And then their games this year has been crazy. They've been gritty games and finishing them. So I want to see Munich in there for sure.
Rooting for your old squad. I respect that loyalty there. Matt, you got any final questions for John before we let him go?
I think I don't want to steal your question though, Nick. I know I was just like can't feel you asked your film question you like recommended to people.
Yeah, you want to do it? I can do it. You can do it. You want to? Yeah, should we ask John?
So Nick's a cinema guy, right? You need 3 films. That's your top 3 films you get. We're talking like of all time. You can pick whatever. You can go from childhood all the way now. Aromatics had Cars. No, he had I can't remember what he had. Right? So he had Kung Fu Panda, which I would massively agree.
There's some good. Reed Sinnett had a good list. So what you got, John?
If I do like a childhood first, I always say Lion King for sure. Lion King.
Great movie.
And then Interstellar. I like that one a lot. Mm-hmm. And then like a comedy one, I'll probably have to like this one's tough. I'll probably say like All About the Benjamins or like one of Fridays or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. Classic. Okay. Hey, that's a solid list right there. That's a solid list. You gave us some good diversity of different genres of movies right there.
Yeah, I like movies. I'm a big movie guy. So.
Movie guy. All right, that's good. We like that. We like movie and football guys. That's what you are. Damn, John, we're thrilled that we could have you on the show, man. We're so happy for you for all the success that you had this season, man. We're rooting for you. Comeback player of the year, by the way.
Absolutely.
You should win that.
You
should be winning that.
My vote. Yeah, my vote on that one.
All right, man. John, thanks so much for being on the show, brother. And we hope to see you back in the league next year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's an honor to be on the show, and blessings to all y'all, and keep doing y'all thing and putting the spotlight on the league and the players, and y'all are doing a great thing.
Thanks so much, John. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There we go. Jon Cole of the Fehérvár Enthroners. Man, that's the first time I ever talked to John. He's an awesome dude.
Man.
Yeah. And a
Marcus was vying for John. He was messaging me all the way through. When are you going to get John on? You going to get John on? You going to get John on? I don't know, man. This ain't my deal. But
We got him. That was great. So John's going Madrid with you, and then he's going with the Ryan Fire boy. So we'll do our picks here on our next little interview. We got another guest coming in. And Max, are you about ready here? We like to call him.
Sorry, that was funny as fuck.
He put John back in. The king of controversy, Jarvis McClam, is on the show. Jarvis, Max, you throw him in here. Jarvis, what's up, brother? You have no sound.
No, he has no sound. He's in and out. Well, Max,
there we go. We are here. I'm here, the king of controversy. I am here. I hope you guys are happy to see me again. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I'm here and I am back and I'm ready to talk football. What is up, fellas?
Jarvis, there he is. I always love when Jarvis puts he's doing his power rankings on social media, and then he's just got some out of left field picks there. I respect that. I like that a lot. So, Jarvis, man, we're gonna talk about these two games, okay? Get your take on these two playoff wildcard games. But I believe you have a special message for us.
Yes, I do have a message. Before we talk about the playoffs, man, let me show you something real quick. This is the HD Plus TV stick, man. This thing, it's only going to cost you $6.99 a month, man. It is perfect. It is great. As you can see right behind me, we are ready in the office. We already got the game queued up for 2:30 tomorrow. We are ready. We are here, and we're going to get it in. Over 100 plus HD channels. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You can start it. You can pause it. You can restart it. You know what I'm saying? And you can watch your TV all the way through. It is amazing. And not just the TV, you know what I'm saying? You have your apps. You got YouTube. You got Facebook. You got Amazon Prime. You got everything on here, and you can do everything as you can. You can turn any TV into a smart TV, and it's the great way, and it's the best way.
You're telling me I plug that HD TV stick in, and then I can watch the NALF YouTube channel on any TV?
Yes, you can. You can also watch the Jarvis McClam YouTube channel as well.
And the Matt Bressington YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Check that out. HD TV stick. Shout out to Euronics for sending that to Jarvis. I'm trying to get one of those. I have a TV I'm trying to set up here. I got to make it a smart TV. So shout out to Euronics for that and for putting on the show. There we have it. Okay. So, Jarvis.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk a little football, brother. Let's talk a little football. So you just heard us talk to Jon Cole. You yourself, another great wide receiver in the history of the ELF. Let's start off with the Madrid-Stuttgart game. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Ooh, I think it's going to be a tough game. Just like John said, like Madrid, they're hot right now. They're throwing the ball everywhere. Obviously, you guys know I'm an offensive guy, so I would love that, you know. They're throwing the ball, but they are playing Stuttgart, man. Like you guys said, the defense of Stuttgart is crazy, man. Like they're a sound defense, and they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to make you make them wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make you make those bad decisions and make you win the game.
That's right. Okay. So what do you think? Who are you going to go with?
Man, you guys know I'm an offensive guy. I like to score points. So that's why I'm going with Stuttgart on this one, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
With the curveball, Jarvis. Welcome to the third, Jarvis.
I thought we were going to have 3-1 to the underdog for a second. Now that would have been wild.
That would have been wild.
I have to
Jarvis,
go Stuttgart, man.
You said you like offense. Well, hold on. Let me pull this up because the Stuttgart Surge do have the #1 scoring offense in the league. Don't forget about that. We are talking all about that high-powered Bravos offense. Just solid offense as well, you know?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, of course, I picked the Surge because I feel like they've been in these games before. They know what it takes to win, and like they always fell short year after year. But I feel like this might be the year. I don't know.
Let me play devil's advocate for 1 second here.
Okay.
Head coach of the Madrid Bravos, Andrew Weidinger. Where was Andrew Weidinger last year? The Rhein Fire, the offensive coordinator. What did he do? He went into Stuttgart's home stadium and won on the road against Stuttgart with some wizardry offensive plays. So while I am picking Stuttgart, Andrew Weidinger is no stranger to playing at this stadium on the road in a hostile environment and having success. I mean, they came back last year when he was with the Rhein Fire. So I do think the Weidinger effect will add a little wrinkle. Matt, are you sticking with your Madrid pick?
See, to play devil's advocate of devil's advocate, respectfully, it wasn't Ryan Fire's offense that won him that game. It was their defense because Riley Hennessy threw 3 interceptions, which he cannot do this time. You know, this is the road to the home playoff game for Stuttgart, and it starts in Madrid. That's a big game. I don't think they could be looking. This is kind of where I'm thinking that we may be seeing a bit of a trap. Maybe they're looking, oh, we're going to play in the championship game at home, and maybe overlooking some wild card of opposition with the Madrid Bravos, who are one of the hottest teams we've ever seen in the ELF. So I'm thinking all these crazy situations. This is playoff football. There's not one. This is going to be close. Like, it's going to be close. There's going to be 20 different things that could possibly happen. But I do think that Madrid could play spoil, and they could definitely go on like a run. That offense, we haven't really seen anyone figure it out yet.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Okay. So there we have it. That's our first game. That's our Saturday game. Jarvis and I going Stuttgart. Matt sticking with the Madrid Bravos. Okay, let's go to Sunday. This game, the triple header, the third time these two teams will be playing. They played each other last week. How weird is that? Rhine Fire at the Nordic Storm. Traded wins, a billion different storylines because of all the players and coaches that have cross-pollinated between these two. Nordic Storm, Matt, we talked about them. Are they a little bit on fraud alert? They've played only one playoff team in their regular season schedule. The Rhine Fire, a much more difficult schedule. Coming on the road. Let's get your thoughts, boys. We'll start off, Matt, and then we'll go Jarvis.
All right. Here, 3 words. Haaland, explicited Corfi.
We can curse.
11 touchdowns in like 4 games is unbelievable. Got 6 touchdowns a single game against Berlin. Got 3 touchdowns against the Raiders. He was sublime at the end of the season. I think he's got hot right at the right time. He's hit full form. Their team looks great. They look composed. And I know last week's game, that both teams are kind of holding off. They're both a little bit tentative, but Ryan looked a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable. Nordic looked just a little bit shaky, a little bit undisciplined, a little bit out of it. So I'm going to go for the Rhine Fire to go back to back and to also advance to the playoffs. I'm going both for underdogs. That's why I'm
Look at you feeling doggy, Matt Bressington. Chat, make sure that you give your thoughts and your pick to this game here, Nordic Storm or Rhine Fire, and why. Okay, so you're going with the Rhine Fire. They're going to win on the road. All right, Jarvis, how you feeling? What are your thoughts on this one?
It's definitely a tough game to choose. Obviously the Rhine Fire are going to be in Copenhagen this weekend. It's going to be tough to play, not with your home crowd, but everyone knows that the Fire fans, they always travel. They always support their fellas. And like you said, Harlan Kofi, he's been going off this past few games, last few games of the season. But I feel it's hard to beat a team twice, just like you saw the first time, Nordic Storm squeaked by. The second time, Rhine Fire won. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to beat a team twice. But like you said, they just played last week. I know they're tired of seeing each other. They feel like, hey, we just saw you guys last week. I'm tired of y'all. One of us has to go. One of us has to get beat down. So with that being said, man, I really don't know, man, because I was just in Copenhagen two weeks ago, man. It's a nice city.
Beautiful.
There's lots of things to do.
Yeah.
And you can relax, you can recover, you can just jump in the water. The water is icy cold, but watch out for the jellyfish. But that's why I'm going with the Nordic Storm, baby. The Nordic Storm, baby.
Oh, okay.
Are there jellyfish in that water, bro?
Yes, man. Yes, big red ones. As soon as I jumped in, it was right there. And I'm like, all right, it's scary out there, man.
Winging on jellyfish.
Jellyfish, man.
Protect yourself. Okay, Jarvis, going the Nordic Storm. This one's tough, man. I mean, you guys both make great points here. I think the Nordic Storm they're tough to figure out. And Matt, we've talked about that because they just had some weird games, Impressive win when they did beat Rhine earlier in the season coming back. But then they had that Frankfurt game. What is that? Then obviously they lost to Rhine, and there's a few others barely beating Hamburg. And it's just like, what is this team? Whereas the Rhine Fire, I feel like they're moving in the right direction. They've had a damn gauntlet of a schedule. Look, these are the teams that they've had to play Vienna. They've had to play Paris. They've had to, well, I guess it's just basically Vienna and Paris. But those are pretty.
The Raiders are a good team.
The Raiders also a solid team. I know they finished 6-6, but they're no pushover. So they've had a much tougher schedule. I feel like they're trending in the right direction. Big props to what Nordic has done this year, but they are a new team in the playoffs. Ryan has a bit more playoff experience. Close game. punch for punch, I think in the end, I think Ryan Fire is going to sneak away with the W. I'm going Ryan Fire.
Jamal's
Good underdog, right? Yeah. I'm going underdog.
Absolutely.
Jay,
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Jadrian. I love you, brother. Prove us wrong, but I just feel like I'm just feeling it, man.
I think they've been unlucky too, right? Injuries wise, they've lost Ludwig, they lost Glenn. Like, there's a big gap to lose, you know.
That's tough. Jarvis, what were you saying?
But would you really say Ryan Fire is the underdog? Like,
I'll say, yeah, man. They got blown out against the Raiders, but like the Raiders have such a good run identity, whereas I don't think Nordic do, like right now. So I think that might play a big part.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
True.
Run game. Yeah, what is the Nordic run game, man? What is that? It's everything falls to Jay and Bolio and Botello Moreno. I mean, they do a great job. But hey,
true.
You gotta have that run game, man.
Tied against Berlin to add to those weird games you said about. You listed about 5 of them, but you also forgot to mention they were tied with Berlin at halftime in one of their games too. So you just keep, history tells us one thing: is to watch the tape. So
I mean, but with that is like, you really didn't have to win those games. You don't have to win big. You're already in the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter.
It's true.
It's true.
I mean, but for seeding, yes, it matters. But those games don't really count.
But it changes our perception. It makes us wonder, why'd you only beat Hamburg by 6? What's going on there? I'm scared. Give me the Ryan Fire. So there we have it. Jarvis going lone man, Nordic Storm, because I'm with you on that, Jarvis. Copenhagen is a way better city than Duisburg. No offense, Duisburg. Not that pretty.
I liked Duisburg. I've been there a couple of times.
When we were in Stuttgart this year, you'll like it better. Duisburg is fine.
It reminds me a little bit of Bristol, though, so I've got a little bit of fondness towards Duisburg.
There you go. There we have it. All right, so those are our picks for the wild card Saturday and Sunday. Jarvis, thanks for joining us on the show, brother, and enjoy that HD TV stick, all those channels.
I will, man. Right? Hey, I'm ready. Right now, I'm ready for Saturday. Let's go.
There you go. Here we go. All right. Our man Jarvis McClam going with the Nordic Storm and the Stuttgart Surge. So he sided with each of us on one of those, one game each, man.
We never had all 3 of us at the same time, by the way. So that was nice.
That was actually the first time, all 3 of us. That was fun. All right, let's move on here to our ad break before we go to our final couple of segments. Quick message from our sponsor.
In Sachen Fernsehen. HD Plus für 6,99 im Monat.
The Egret scooter. Shout out to Euronics and Egret for sending this scooter. You know what? I might just be faster than the fastest player of the week on this thing.
Turns upfield. He's across the 20 to the 30, 40. He's to the 50. It's a foot race. Well, maybe.
Discover it at Euronics. Oi.
All right. God, I love my scooter commercial. It's a good commercial, isn't it, Matt? I mean, not to pat myself on the back too much, but
it's phenomenal. You got you and Mao Chow up there with Directors of the Year, I think, for ELF Awards, no?
Oh, yeah, dude. Mao Chow. I mean, I can't compete with Mao Chow. You see Mao Chow's content? What I made was a commercial. Mao Chow's making films.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
I love it. All right, let's go on to our Euronics and HD Plus question of the week. This is an interesting one, Matt, because we do have a new award this year for the honors. And the question is from Palinho on Instagram. Who do you think is the offensive lineman of the year and deserves to win an award at the honors? Guys in the chat, if you have an answer to this Euronics question of the week, let us know. But I will turn to my expert co-host, Matt Bressington, to give me his thoughts on this. Who deserves to be offensive lineman of the year? It's cool that we have this award this year.
See, this is a really, really, really tough one. There are 20 guys that I think could be legit, maybe 25 guys that could be legit. All-star level offensive lineman, and offensive lineman of the year should go to one of those guys. So we're going to talk about the all-stars a little bit later in the week, but like, I think Nick Veens, you could have Lewis Thomas, you could have Brandon Oswin, you could have Dominic Contra, you could have Victor Stoffel, Keanu Ebanks, you have Steven Nielsen, you could have a ton of these guys. You could have CK, you could have Ezat, you could have, oh my God, there's so many you could list, right? I am going to go, if you're going to have to help me about German pronunciation here, because, not a German native speaker, Roman Weinhardt. That's not right. No.
Roman
Right. Roman is going to be my guy. He's been a tackle for the Munich Ravens. He's so fucking big. And he's fast as well. He has probably some of the quickest feet in the ELF at the offensive line position. He's been phenomenal. He's been a stalwart of that line. I think that he would be my pick for offensive line of the year. But it is really close. You could give me 25, 30 guys, and I could be like, I can see your point. So there's no wrong answers with this. Well, there are, but there's limited wrong answers.
There you go. All right. Vahid, 29 years old. You said he's pretty effing big.
Oh, he's huge.
7'3",
Yeah.
For you Europeans, 200 centimeters, 145 kilograms. Okay, if you like that metric system sort of thing. So Vahid, Karen Hogg says, the whole O-line of Munich, there's a reason why Justin Rodney won the rushing crown. And then Nabil Marzugi says, Wally Camara Paris.
No, respectfully, Paris had a good running offense, but like Roman was so good everywhere. And Keanu would have been right. So I had him and Keanu had them both really, really high up. But the game against Madrid, Alessandro had a great game. I've never seen Roman have like necessarily a bad game in the ELF this season. He's been phenomenal. But again, there are so many guys. Steven Nielsen could be it, but he only played 9 games. For me, I think you need to play at least 10 personally.
Okay, sure.
That's just a personal thing. Victor Stoffel, Holub has been great for Vienna as well. There are so many great offensive line. That's what we do best as Europeans. We send off offensive linemen quite often to the States to play college football or CFL or whatever. So they always come back really damn good. So I think this is a very strong class.
How about here? We got some people in the chat talking about Alessandro Vergani. Marcus says Bergani. That dude is cold. What do you think? Alessandro Vergani?
Savage as well. He's a baller. I did vote for him as All-Star. So
there you go.
I think he's in the conversation.
There you go. So we got that, but you're going Roman Vahid. It's going to be offensive lineman. Cool. We'll see who wins it at the honors in a couple of weeks. We will be there, and exciting stuff. So that is the Euronics question of the week. All right, moving on to our last segment. We got a couple of champions here in the fantasy football world. Okay, or are we not doing that, Maxie? It looks like you cut it off. I guess we're not doing that. Huh? Is that segment? Okay, we are back. Okay, we are back. We have some winners who participated in fantasy all season. Okay, and we've got them here. Max, you want to throw up the winners who get first place, second place, and third place? First place wins a premium citizen watch, Mac Teens Bruch Piloton.
I'm glad you said that, not me.
You want to take the second place one, Matt? I think you can pronounce that.
Jan.
There you go. And then third place, Sunnyside Shamrocks. Now that's an easy one to pronounce.
Yes.
So congrats to these 3 fantasy players. And then we've got a big one, Matt. Probably going to see them at the championship game weekend because Alt Feckenheim Squirrels. That's Ulti the Packer. That's Ulti the Frankfurt fan, right? Ulti's in here a lot, right?
Yeah, he is. I've seen him on Instagram a bunch of times.
2 ELF championship game VIP tickets for getting 160 points in 1 game week. That is a big time accomplishment right there. And that's a damn awesome award, getting 2 VIP tickets to the championship game week. I mean, Matt, we were at that game last year and we're going to be there this year. The whole weekend is so fun, bro.
It's so good, right? So good. Also, shout out Jamal, right? He got the highest points throughout the whole year, 299.32 points this week. So, like, unbelievable. To that need 300 points is insane.
Damn. There you go, Jamal. That's awesome. So my fantasy team sort of fell off at the end of the year. I didn't have that Matt Bressington expertise. You got to help me next year, bro.
I got 10th. I scraped 10th. Like, oh, it was close. I got 10th place.
There you go, Matt. Top 10. All right. So congrats to everyone who won awards with the fantasy football. There we have it, everybody. 2 wildcard games this weekend, Matt. We're absolutely thrilled. Okay, we've given our picks. You guys lock in. We got the Saturday game. We got the Sunday game. All-Star info, you're right. On Monday, we are going to be on the show voting for our personal All-Stars. You can start right now on the ELF website. Vote for All-Stars. Okay, your guys' votes count. You guys help pick the All-Star teams. So go on there and start voting. And then on Monday, Matt and I will be doing a little bit of voting live here on the show. So do not forget. And this, oh yeah, let's pull this up here. The all-star voting situation. Those are the rules here. I'm not going to read through all of those, but one third of the voting criteria, it comes from the fans. So you guys have a 33% of the power when it comes to picking the all-stars. And we'll have first team and second team, and it's open until Wednesday, September 3rd. So what is that? We got about 10, 11 days that you can vote. Start now. All right. So there we have it. But lock in for the 2 games this weekend. We'll be back on Monday screaming, talking about those games, and we'll be doing our and then there it is. Cut off. There it is. All right. Thanks, Maxie. I think it's time. See you, everybody.
See you, guys.